Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. At the top right on ley lines we do have Byun, and at the bottom left it is Nicoract, and both players are up against each other. They're now trying to, you know, mine those minerals, and trying to build up their forces, trying to build up their strategies, moving out against each other and take away the pieces from the opponent to win the game ultimately. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Ley lines, already talked about it a few times, so I'm already, you know, done with that. And so yeah, an interesting change to this matchup would be basically the comeback of the Cyclone Rain, kind of back in his old style, what it used to be, and we'll see how that kind of affects the matchup. Excuse me. We'll see how that affects the matchup. We'll also see how, well, things are gonna pan out here in a moment. If both players are even gonna make a Cyclone or not, but I'm kind of expecting Cyclones to be more of a one defensive thing unit, what it used to be, against Medivacs, against Ravens, against Banshees, against Hellions, against Reapers even. The rest I'm not actually sure. I mean, ghosts are not really a big thing in this matchup. So the 3 supply ghost shouldn't affect this all too much. And then of course, the sensor turrets and stuff like that, that's, I mean that's great. It might come into play. We'll see. Byun is going with a Reaper across the map, while Nicoract's Reaper is waiting at home. Byun might just only scout a little bit around his base. That's something he really likes to do, and then keep the Reaper back at home. He's become rather defensive and very careful with his early Reapers, and it seems like he wants to stack up a Reaper Hellion. Or not. At least it looks like a Reaper Cyclone force. So Hellion is on the way here for Nicoract, and this is going to be a scouting Hellion most likely. The Reaper is still on the way. Oh, he's actually going to make more Reapers, so he might just go Reaper Hellion here to start things off. But on the other side it's going to be a Cyclone, a Reactor. There's going to be Marines very soon. The Byun only makes 2 Reapers trying to scout across the map. He wants to see what's going on here. On the other side he wants to see, is there going to be an early poke? Do I need to prepare for something? It's going to be Widow Mine drops. Is there going to be anything weird? Can I maybe get an SCV? So now he wants to see what comes to defend against his Reapers. And then he can kind of, you know, assume what he's making. But he also gets the scout, gets even out. He sees the army as well. He sees the Reapers, he sees the Hellions. He knows, alright. Does he make another Cyclone? I don't think so. No, he actually does. So he plays this rather carefully. But it's not going to be in time, is it? I think the build time is longer, 30 seconds. I mean, if Nicoract gives him time, then of course. No orbital yet on that command center here on the low ground. There we go, starting that up. He's maybe a little bit greedy with that gas, or he had to get that extra Cyclone, which delayed that one. We're killing quite a few of SCVs here. Good damage, but he loses all, well, maybe not the whole poking force, but quite even match. I mean, you can't really get it more even than this, can you? Ravens back on the menu here. No interference matrix yet, as I said. Byun. Doing the same, but no matrix, maybe for him. 3rd CC first. And matrix comes in. Okay, so the double Cyclone poke here at the front shouldn't really get anything done, to be honest. And already kind of pulling back here, trying to grab a scouting unit if one comes out. He wants to get rid of that Reaper apparently, which is an interesting thing. So you can like move these Marines, I guess. By the way, this is still not walled. I mean, not that there's gonna be many Hellions, but there's one. Interference Magic's about to finish here, both players. Gonna have it in just a second. And both players going for Stim. Rather slow build up here. 3cc Stim builds. Interference Magic's Raven. We're gonna see a 3 barracks setup into 5 barracks into probably 8 racks. But that's where things might diverge. 2 NG base here for Byun. And Byun seems to be ahead a tiny bit in everything. And 2 extra barracks here first. For Nicoract. Yeah, so everything's kind of ahead for Byun. He has his NG base first, he has his command center first, he has his barracks first. The only thing that was ahead for Nicoract was basically the Air Force is ahead. If you look at the units tab here, you'll see there's 2 Vikings and 2 Ravens against 2 Ravens only, so Byun was basically skipping air control. Oh, I hate this red. It needs to be white, come on guys. Alright. So he tries to snipe what he can here, gets the Hellion. It's that rid of the map. Rids the map of that. Double engineering bay here. About to finish up for Nicoract as well. But let's see how good this Viking force is gonna be. So he's completely building on his air advantage to do something. And Byun did forgot combat shields again. You can't run into siege tank positions with Stim Marines without combat shields. It's not gonna happen. A scan on that CC is gonna reveal that this is indeed supply block. Now you can't actually see that, but those are on the way, so should be fine here for Byun. He's gonna scan, he's gonna interference matrix this, but only 1 tank so far, and then he needs to run. He can siege this position, I guess. Makes sense. He needs to be conservative with his stims. Oh, can he snipe that tank? Yeah, that's a great snipe there. It's gonna lose a few Marines. Only a couple, really. Medivacs, where are those, actually? He had some of them. Now, the Ravens are in the main base, by the way. They are kind of auto-turret harassing here, so he did expose this position, but a quick unsiege before the interference metrics come down, and it's gonna save him. Basically, his army. He's just gonna rotate out. Still has 1 Raven alive. 1 did get sniped, by the way, here, while he was in the main, as you can see. But good damage from Byun so far. And he maintains this position for now. It's a very flimsy group of units. Because he has no medevac, no healing support here. And now through the top, 2 tanks and a almost full marine drop, a 6 marine drop. What's gonna happen here? So there's a tank in position. He's already shelling at the tanks from Byun there. He's gonna kill the first one before it even gets a rekill. Now Marines just running into slaughter. I don't think that's a good drop, Byun. I mean, he gets a lot of SCVs, which is kind of cool, but now the counter damage is about to be happening here. We still have the Ravens. Can he snipe a Raven? Oh my god, that's a full energy one! He does not get the second one, but there is no interference matrix on this. So he's kind of safe. He can just keep his position now. And he has 3 tanks. Man, that was a big misplay here from Nicoract. Having that Raven trailing so far ahead, now he just tries to snipe 1 tank with a auto turret here. He could have, a Marine could have done the same job with a medevac dropping him out of the sky. And then he would have still have enough energy for another interference matrix here. Byun needs to scan now. And he's flying his medevacs into the Vikings. That's not a good path. Now he's coming in with a Cyclones, not gonna find much. Tanks shelling away at the main base. Going at the command center. This is done. It's kind of funny. He's repairing this. Doesn't want to lose this. And there's gonna be a drop here in the back of the base. This is where the NG base are. Oh, the next Raven's gonna get sniped. All the Vikings are about to go down here. Quick pullback is gonna save some of them at least. Medivac tries to evacuate. It's gonna die. No boost was activated in time. Man. Things really not going Nicoract's way here. Byun is looking stellar. If he can get rid of these Vikings, he's trying to disabled some of the tanks here, but he's just gonna crush his army. He's just gonna overwhelm with... Man, there's so many units. He's gonna overwhelm with his supply just before this gets reinforced. And this, if this was together with what was still there, well, great army. You're not gonna break it anymore. But now, on its own, it's like, what is it gonna do? It's just gonna die. Oh man, medivacs do get out here. Dropping into a planetary fortress. Even the marines are getting kited in, kind of. Now he can get the medivac if he wants to. I did log onto the wrong targets there, but everything's really falling apart here for Nicoract. Still trying to make things work. He still has tools to work with, but he's very far behind. He's on his way to 2-2, currently fighting up against 2-2 with only 1-1, and 3-3 is properly on the way here for Byun. He's gonna lose another medivac. Actually, he should snipe that medivac. Maybe Byun did overextend a little bit, but that's where the rest of the marines rally in. Byun still needs to be careful. He cannot run into 3 siege tanks like that. That's gonna kind of kill his own advantage, his momentum. He already did lose a few units for free. Oh, that's a great scan. He sees the pig up and run away, and Byun is just gonna rotate. Byun's moves are clever, but they're like very one-dimensional sometimes. So you can like, hey, what clever move could I do here? Oh yeah, that's it. And that's something Byun usually does. And yeah, Nicoract was in a good position. And now this is actually not terrible here for him. If he can maybe control these 2 bases, that would be a great fight back into the game here. Byun is kind of out of position for this one. And he's trying to snipe a base on his own, which should be happening, but his PF is gonna fall just like that. He kills all of the SCVs as well. There was no sensor turret, definitely a big mistake here. Can he snipe a couple of tanks before they can siege? That's some great sniping actually. Nicoract with a ton of mistakes. They're not trying to fight his marines until his tanks are sieged up. Oh my god, and now the upgrade lead. No, it's not there here, but man. Upgrade's about to finish here. Upgrade lead in a moment. Now Nicoract is going for his own 3-3. But as you can see, this base is about to finish up. He did also lose the base down here. It got cancelled. Now he's trying to drop into the main base, but of course this is kind of seen by Nicoract. If you can snipe these, man, these NG base, you know they're never gonna get remade. This is unfortunately the wrong one. Oh boy, his 3-3 is about to finish. You just stay here, Byun. Just stay and fight. Now it's done. Now, yeah. See? Oh my god, and he's like, wait. Why? Now kill the other NG Bay. He only killed armor, which is the less important one. He's gonna snipe the tank. He's gonna try to fight as many marines as he can. Trying to evacuate these medivacs. So unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for Nicoract, only the armor got cancelled. So he's just gonna produce attack from his main, from his remaining one here. Engineering Bay. And he might get armor eventually, but we'll see about that. Double drop trying to come out here, and Byun, I mean, he should just honestly grab the space. He's rotating so much through the middle. It's a very compact, yeah, there you go. Compact setup if you take these 2 bases and this one. It's actually, there's so many bases on this map, it's crazy. And Byun again trying to drop in. Can he cancel the second upgrade? Tank's about to siege here, is about to blow these marines out of the earth. And they have to pick up. Excuse me. So now we do have a small marine force here trying to go in at the 3rd base, trying to snipe that one, I guess. They do have high DPS, but at the same time Byun is pushing his square of marines into the round hole of Nicoract, and there's a lot of tanks. That's what the round hole is made of, but it's already GG gonna be called here. The top force from Nicoract was also getting slaughtered by Byun, so good game is gonna be called. Byun is gonna take map number 1. Ultra Love. It's an ultra lovable map. Okay, about to hop into the next map here. Ultra Love is gonna be the name, for now at least. In the top right on Ultra Love, I can't get enough of this. It's Byun. And in the bottom left, it is Nicoract. Okay. So in the early game, I feel like Byun did get some edges, and Nicoract in the mid game macroed pretty good against Byun. He was a little bit sloppy with his Ravens. His defense looked very good, but his offensive moves sometimes a little bit too desired. You know, left a little bit too desired because they were not decisive enough, I felt. And if you can kind of fix that one in this game, if you can just be a little bit more decisive sometimes, maybe you can actually take the map. But yeah, we'll still have to wait and see. Of course, TVT is still kind of volatile in the early game. It's not as much anymore, because people actually do create more units that are not only Marines. So yeah, they can actually like just fight and trade against each other, and they don't just lose SCVs anymore, but yeah. Nicoract again going with the SCV Scout, something he did in the last game as well. He's gonna find the SCV, maybe even gonna block the CC here for a moment. He's actually doing so. Byun is losing this fight, it seems. That was a good delay. That was like, I don't know, 5 to 10 second delay. That's a pretty solid delay. It was about 100 mineral delay. Byun should have just thrown it down here on the high ground. I mean, it probably delays it again as much floating over, but you'll already generate energy if you get the orbital first, right? Reaper is getting pushed back here. Can Byun kill this one? I don't think he can catch it. He should rejoin here in a second. Take the high ground for now. Cool. Oh my god, he was a little bit greedy there, standing a little bit too close to the sun. And now, just because he didn't want to lose his SCV, now he loses both. That's what you can, you know, what can happen from your gambling. Sometimes you just put too much on red and then it's black. Oh, he's trying to go for the SCV. Can he kill it? Oh, last shot, it didn't connect. I heard the sound, but it didn't actually go off, apparently. Crazy. Good micro there by Nicoract, keeping that one alive. Alright. Hellion, Reaper, and Hellion coming across the map. Only Marines and a Hellion to try and take this out. But this is a ramped natural, so a good situation here for the defender. Still, now is Nicoract the defender. He's trying to get two aligned. Now he can just repair his Hellion and can be infinitely safe. Oh, he's gonna block it with the depot trick there. Now, still is a good scout, but it's only a trait, and the value of the units, it's just better for Byun. We take a look at the value, which was lost 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. It's very gas intensive and as well mineral intensive actually. 400 and 150. And on the other side, only 3 Marines, a Reaper, and then a CV. I mean, yeah, CV. The Reaper already. Whatever, you know what I'm getting at, but it's a lot better for Byun. So this throws back Nicoract's build a little bit. Of course, the only thing that kind of stifles the growth here from Byun is his Marine count is gonna be smaller by 3. I mean, sometimes you have to take what you can get. Marines are gonna be scaling units in Byun's army for the later game. Especially for the mid game, 3 Marines can make a difference. Actually, in the late game, not as much anymore, but sometimes they just do, you know? Sometimes 1 Marine is all you need. 1 Marine and a dream. Also a Cyclone on patrol at home, so... I mean, we have a Cyclone here for Byun as well. But so far, Nicoract investing a lot more into the early game than Byun did. And Byun is immediately just like, let's go to the mid game. And he's immediately putting all of his eggs in that basket. He has a Viking. A Viking is always going to be useful. There's like no situation where a Viking is not going to be good to have. It's either going to be able to fight other Vikings, fight off Ravens, fight off Medivacs, and if all fails, it can still land and harass SCVs pretty good because it does so much damage against mechanical. Kind of crazy. That's a good tower to have, I guess. He sees everything. I hope you counted this. You should just pull back your Marine at this point, maybe, Byun. Byun, you see the army? No, no. Okay, this was unnecessary. I think Jimmy should have survived, yeah. Definitely a little bit of a mistake there by Byun, in my opinion. Could have saved that poor Marine. Now we have 2 units patrolling here on the outside. Kind of cool to see that this is the area he wants to guard and this is just open. Okay, so let's have a look at the air count here. Viking count is 5-2, so Nicoract in no actual position to make an aggressive move, apparently. Tank count is about the same, but once he gets a glimpse of these Vikings, there we go, he sees them, he's like, he should just turn around. So, oh! You have how many already? So many? No. I'll just at least wait for my own. Both players sitting tight at home on their 3rd CC so far, only producing the SCVs, but not really going out to actually take those bases. Now Byun is gonna lift as well as Nicoract, both players finally deciding it's time. Nicoract, of course, has the map control right now. Oh, that Hellion, man. He basically was inside the transfer. Oh, he gets shot from the high ground from the tank. No. And Nicoract is pushing in, man. Side Delta. Welcome back to Side Delta and the 3 ramp setup where you can just crush your opponent. I think Nicoract has this. That's a great push. Oh man, Byun is kind of starting to gain some ground. His tanks come back online. Still, this looks to be a great trade here for Nicoract. Now, these things are a little bit unfortunate here. Just getting unsieged, I guess. Trying to trade off against anything they can. In the end, Byun crushes what was happening there, but he lost a little bit more, it feels like. Maybe not in value, but in actual units that were interesting. I mean, he keeps... Does he have his Ravens? No. So both players loses their Ravens. He keeps his Vikings alive. He keeps most of his tanks alive. I guess that's the big takeaway. And these Vikings trying to hunt for these low Vikings. Now he has to trade. He's gonna try to get 2 and he doesn't even get 1. Oh boy, Nicoract. No. No. Oh no. Now even the Cyclone is gonna die? Nah, he's gonna try to run away here. Speedy guy, but is he faster than guys on drugs? Apparently he has. He has 4.7. We need to see again, Stim Marines, how fast they actually are. They are at 4 points. They're actually kind of the same speed, maybe exactly the same speed. Combat shields just finished up for our blue Terran. Trying to take a 4th base. So the growth in bases is kind of similar. He's kind of keeping up with Byun. Did forget to click his 2-2, I guess, for a moment here. Only starting that up now. Well, Byun is already halfway done, so there's going to be again a frame, like a minute frame, where he's going to have the superior upgrades on his Marines. There's going to be again a base advantage for Byun. It's hard to say there's not going to be a Byun advantage in kind of every regard here. I guess he's not making +1 siege tank attack, so that might be something. Oh, he's gonna lose actually the 1 tank that was really being targeted there. At this time, by the way, Byun did learn something. He pushes a tank against his planetary fortress, so it's gonna be a little more safe. Now, let's go a little bit and talk about this map. So he can, basically, you can kill this cooling tower and you can just close this off, for example. And then you can also, it's kind of interesting where you have to expand to, right? So we take a little bit of a look at the space. You have to go down from your natural up into your defensible area and up into your other defensible area. And then you have to go down again, and on the other side you kind of stay on that ground, I guess, for a moment. This is the push that Nicoract is looking for. He's trying to kill off that planetary fortress. Byun needs to move in here, he needs to be careful. Maybe he can snipe the tank with Marines that won on 23 HP. Definitely Nicoract should retarget. On the other side, things are going crazy though. A lot of Marines here from Byun pushing in, and I think he left all of the tanks at home. Man, 21 SUVs going down. Yeah, there's the tank count. That's what he's not playing with. Now Cyclone coming back, pesky Cyclone getting shot there. 2-2 to finish up. Still is not going to be enough. The numbers are not there. 2-2 is about to finish here for Nicoract as well. Man. That's a lot of tanks. About 8 tanks. He has 13 in total. He's probably going to bring like 8 or 9 or something to the fight here. Ooh, no. That's it. That's the tank force from Nicoract. No 33 on the way, by the way. Perfect timing for Byun, kind of applying a ton of pressure in the moment when Nicoract needs to macro more than to actually be able to keep up here, more than really anything else. And he's gonna kill off this. Is he gonna clear the cooling turret? Does he notice this? No. Byun is gonna rotate. Nicoract keeps tabs. Gonna see this. And there you go. There's a ramp you have to cross. Now Byun is rallying everything to the front here, as he should. Kill off the sensor turret. Probably sold that one. Correct. Once he saw you have no choice but to lose it. Now he's trying to go forward with these Ravens. He does not have the energy for the interference missiles, so he tries to utilize some auto turrets. But in the end, you know they're not going to be enough, and they weren't. Now this big siege line is still alive. Marines are just gonna, yeah, 3-3 upgrade just finished here. Marines are mowing down everything, kind of. And Byun needs to be a little bit careful. He's losing a lot of units, and the Liberators are coming online though, and this is where Nicoract is going to give up. Byun is going to take it serious. GG, well played.